How to make a responsive website. What is responsive? We'll take an example and then I'll show you how to make a website responsive. This is a simple page. It has few contents like a navigation. Here is an image, and then we have a main section and a subsection, and this also says about something responsive web design. So it's a basic page, and how to see first of all that whether your website or page is responsive or not. For that you can go to, if you the browser, you have to go to inspect. Now when you go to inspect, you see these are all the options which are available. These are all the options which are available. So if I press iPad, then my particular web page or the website is not responsive. You see, this content is not to be shown on iPad like this. For a laptop, it's good, but when we say an iPad, it is not good. But this is responsive for phones, smartphones. See, this is how it should look on a phone. So this particular page or web page is responsive. So what I'll try to show you is how to make this website or a page, you can say, make it as responsive. So let us go back. This is our page, and we have this page here which you are watching. Now these are images, as you see here. This image and this image are here inside this images folder. Then we don't have to worry about scripts, you can delete it also. And these are the styles. So the main thing which we are going to do is going to use the HTML5 and CSS in order to make our page responsive. So let me open it with Notepad++. As you see here, this is the styling. This is the styling which we have given. And let me open the page also so that you see the content. And the basic precursor of this discussion or this tutorial is that you should learn or you should know how to work in HTML5 and CSS. Then only you will be able to know this. So first of all, let me take you a little bit to the web page. This is a very simple web page, and we have a head here, we have a body. Inside this we have a div, and we have ID called wrapper, and this is the wrapper. So we have given some styling here to this wrapper, and these are the basic styling which you give in CSS. So this has nothing to do with the responsiveness, but when we change it, then only we can make it responsive. And then we have this wrapper, and this is the main content. Skip to main content. We have this navigation, as you see here. These are the navigation, home, about, work content which you see here. Okay. Then we have a banner, as you see here. This is our banner. And then we have two contents within the section. So section ID is main. So we have given some styling to main also here. And this A side on the right side means this is the main section. This is A side. So A side we have given some styling. For header, H1 heading, we have given some styling. For navigation, we have given some styling. For list also some styling. And this skip to is also there. When you want to skip to, this is main. Skip to main content means when you are going to some other page and you want to come back. So this is also given. So this is a basic page. No page can be more basic than this to show you responsiveness. So this is the page. Okay. Now, where does this responsive comes? How we are going to make it responsive? The whole idea is, let me show you one by one. First of all, there has to be one line in your header. So what is that header? Let us see. First thing, in your web page has to be, for responsiveness, is this line. Meta, let me write it for you. It is already written, but let me write and explain it to you. So we have meta tag. Meta is for the meta information, is the information about the information. So this is the information about the page. So we have to start with meta. This you have to input, right? meta. Now name is equal to viewport. That means you are trying to do something with the viewport, that is the pixels, that is the view, that is the screen. So this is viewport. And then the content, this is a name value pair, so you have to give content also. In this you have to give that you are going to decide with respect to the width, not the height. So for that you have to give width is equal to device, whichever device this is. The device can be laptop, device can be your tablet, it can be your cell phone. So for all the device, for all the different pixel size or different screen size, you have to say here that okay, I'm going to work along with the device width. Now you don't want any scaling etc. So minimum scale has to be this minimum scale has to be given. It has to be 1.0, and there is maximum scale also. You can skip this. That is only for for you don't want them to be stretched or that to be zooming problems are there. So for that this is there, so you can just skip it. So this is the line you have to enter. Okay, I've already given this line, so this is the line which you need to enter. Let me delete it because this is for explanation. Now the second thing is there is some styling here, and we will give the responsiveness in accordance with the styling only. We will copy and paste these somewhere and we will change the styling accordingly. What we are going to do here is, firstly let us understand what are media queries. The content, the change in the CSS, the modification in the CSS has to correspond to the various screen sizes. So most of the time you have to start with the smallest one, that is the smartphone. So smartphone, these are the mobile phones. So there is a limit of their sizes, and if you are not aware of this limit, these numbers are not you're not familiar. So what you can do here is you can go to inspect and you can see here. See, iPhone has 375 by 667, and because we are dealing with width, so we have to take this number. Again you can go to say iPad. Now this 768 is the width number, so you have to write this number. There's no need to learn by heart these numbers. For the smartphone, first of all you have to write these media queries. So for that you have to write this. Let me write it for you so that we all go along with this. You have to write @media. Okay, then you have to specify, even you can specify minimum maximum width, or you can say just maximum width. This is also up to you. So for any device, minimum maximum also you can be chosen. So say I am giving minimum width, that is minimum width I want to be say colon then 320 pixels, and I want the maximum height also. So for this we'll use an operator, that is and then I'll give you the maximum width. So max width colon say 480 pixels. Then a brace will be there, starting brace and then the ending brace. So everything you have to write here. Okay, because I've already written it, so I'll just delete it. This is just for your knowledge. Now this has to be written for all the variations. See, in this case, along with the minimum and maximum width, we have given one more operator to show the orientation. The mobile and the iPad can be in the both the orientation. It can be landscape, it can be in portrait as well. In the similar way, this portrait and landscape for mobiles and these tablets has already been done, or this has to be taken into care because the landscape and portrait sizes, they vary. So in order to give that, you have to select orientation colon landscape, the way we have given minimum width, maximum width. For orientation also we have to give. So I will do this this exercise only for the smartphones, and I'm sure that by after you learn this, you'll be able to do it for other width and sizes as well. So we have laptops, tablets and smartphones. Basically we'll start with the smartphones. So what I'm going to do here is, there is simply a copy, means I will copy the content of CSS which we have already written, and that copying will tell you that I'm not doing anything else but according to the size I'm fitting. So what I'm trying to do here is, let me take this skip to. As I said that, as I shown you also how it should look on the mobile phone. For that, first of all, I have to take this skip to, and you just have to copy this skip to, and this display, I want this to be not display, should not be none, it has to be block, BLOCK. So I'm just copy and pasting the CSS content. I'm just variating it, changing it so that it should fit in the screen. I'm doing nothing else, only inside this media describing that this has to be minimum maximum width. So when this query or this part will only run when it is, the screen is in between this, because we have already specified the viewport, right? So now this skip to is done. Now second part, because I want to show it like this, so I'll go to header. See, I have header. In this header I can take various things, like say I'm taking this. I'll do it all at once. So I'll just choose any of the header, say this one. Why I'm copying pasting is I'm trying to let you know that there is nothing else we have to write. We are just changing the CSS. Again and again I'm trying to emphasize that. So this header nav, let me change the main also, comma, I have a ID called main also, so hash main. Then I have a ID, or you can say an HTML element which is a side. So I want them to float left, not right, but float left when the screen size changes. Then I want to clear the left also. So let me copy this and paste this. Clear has to be left. Then margin, I want to give the left, right, upper, down margin. So let me take it as 0 and 0 and say 10 pixels. Now you can change this. This is not a hard and fast rule. You can change this, and I want to see things in the width of the screen. So I'll change the width to 100%. Okay. Now this is done. This I have done for navigation, main and a side. Now the listing is also there. There is a list, proper list. So how to show those lists? I want to come one by one. So let me copy this again, or I can copy from here. Let me show you that I'm changing in this list. Header navigation list. Okay. Now in this list, I want some margin. So margin, no, I don't want margin. So the display should be block. Always display has to be block. The margin I want to change, so I'll give the margin as say 0. Okay, 0. And then display block background, you can give any color. Background, say I want I'm very fond of green color, so I can give green color. Okay. Now margin bottom also I want to give, so this is margin. Let me copy it. Margin now bottom, because we don't want this content to just touch the screen. I want some margin. So margin bottom should be, say, very less number I'll give, very low number, so it can be 3 pixels. Now head navigation is there. Now we have a also, that is anchor tag. Let me copy and paste it here. See, this a tag has not been given any styling here. A tag has no styling. See, there is no styling. So we can add another styling if it is not given in the main CSS. So navigation, I want to give some styling for a also when the screen changes. So let me say display equal to block. Let it be like this, and let me remove all this. I want in the anchor tag, padding should be there, some padding, some cushion should be there. So padding, let me take it as 10 pixel, say 10 pixel. And then we have text alignment. So I want this text alignment to be center. Okay, let me give center. Okay, now it is done. So let me save it. Okay, now this again, first thing we have to do is to put this line in our main page, that is this meta tag. Then all the styling what we have done is okay, but in this media we have to specify minimum width, maximum width, or you can just say maximum width with the orientation wherever it is landscape or say portrait. Inside this you have to write the CSS, the same CSS with different styling, so that it should correspond or it should accompany that screen size. Now let me just save it and run it. I want to run this demo.html in say Chrome. Now this is done. If there is one more way, if you change the size of this, okay, you are able to see, but sometimes it doesn't happen. The browser may not allow you. For that, the better part is to just go to inspect and see. When I go to iPad, because I have not done anything for the iPad, it is not going to show me. But when I go to iPhone, whatever I have done is shown here. See, I change this, I change this, I change this, and I change this part also. That is what is the responsiveness. Responsiveness for the screen size between these two. So all these contents you have to do depending upon your choice, how you want to show the user when he switches to different, or he visits your mobile in different devices. So you have to write the content here, 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 and here too. Okay, and the size doesn't, don't worry about that, you will get here. Okay, this width you have to take. So this is the basic idea about responsiveness, how you give responsiveness to your website. So thank you so much and take care of yourself.